everybody, it's time for another update, and I'm Jelaila Star. This is for March 1st, 2010, and boy have we had an amazing month. February was an amazing month, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are really glad it's over because that means we're that much closer to springtime. And I know here in Kansas City we've been about 15 to 20 degrees below our normal. We should be in about the low 50s, and we've been in the 30s if we are lucky, and had a lot more snow than normal. And we are ready for spring. And I'm sure those of you in the Northeast are doubly ready for spring. So what are we going to be talking about today? Well, I'd like to talk about the earthquake in Chile and some thoughts about it as far as if it is connected to the 4 timelines from what we call the for those of you who have gone to my galactic training or 2005 and beyond workshops, anything on galactic history, you'll know that there were events that were predicted, so to speak, 90% or greater chance of occurring. That would be happening between the years 2005 and 2012, and they were actually the final days of 4 destroyed worlds upon which humans had once lived, and those humans and those timelines of those worlds are tied into Earth, and they're, like I said, they're playing out. And a lot of Nostradamuses and other ancient prophets and seers had picked up on this information and had written it down as part of their prophecies for these times. Well, one of those events was tied to, actually 2 of them were tied to Maldeck, a planet that is now in our asteroid belt. It was destroyed, and humans did live on that planet, and it was part of the a galactic war, the last great galactic war between the reptilians and the humans, as I understand it. And I was trained as a galactic historian by the Nibiruans. And so they said that that it would play out as an event on Earth tied to the Southern California area, and if it did occur at the 90% or greater level, well, at the full level, it would be about a 35 to 50 foot wave, tsunami. And it would be created as a result of an underground earthquake off the Southern California coast, if it were to occur. But they had us do a lot of work and emotional clearing and template work for that event in other words, to set in place a new way of handling that situation. And it was between the reptilians and the humans. You can read all about it in the book, The Mission Remembered. And you can go online to our website, and in the 2005 and beyond template series in the workshop area of the website, you will read about the Escondido template. And fortunately, we did videotape it, and it is available as a standalone DVD set, or part of the Mission Remembered package, or set 3. So for those of you who want to know about this, it was pretty interesting, and I think it's going to answer a lot of questions for those of you who have been interested in the reptilian-human conflict and how to resolve it. Anyway, so they said that we could minimize this event. We could downsize that tsunami. They never said that we could eliminate it. They just said we could downsize it if we could achieve compassion. And that's what that workshop was about, was how a template was created for compassion, how we actually did recreate certain events in that workshop and choose a different way without anybody knowing that that's what we were going to do ahead of time. We just did it. And so anyways, if that's the case, then then the earthquake didn't happen off the coast of Chile, off the coast of North America. It happened off the coast of Chile. So it was pushed way far down south, so that when the ripple effect of that earthquake occurred in the form of tsunamis, it was like almost a non-event. It was like a 3-foot wave around Long Beach, my ex-husband said, who lives out there. And he said, people are like, where is it? nothing's happened. And even in Hawaii, it was almost a non-event. But it's interesting how much people were braced for something worse, and I think part of that is that cellular memory. You know, it's like Barbara Hancock talks about in Catastrophobia, her book, on this kind of thing. So if it is in case tied to that, then here's another point. China will have been involved in this through a scalar wave attack, and with scalar wave they can alter the weather and they can create earthquakes. And they may have been involved. It'll be interesting to see if anybody is able to connect those dots. And if they are, then what that means is that this was the minimization of that timeline event, and that all of us who were involved, and that many of you, everybody who's doing their emotion clearing, that's hundreds of thousands of people out there, you were successful in changing the future. And that means Southern California will continue to be a safe place, and you can live there worry-free. So that's it for today, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.